everyone. I hope that this is better. I'm praying, fingers crossed, and everything. We even rebooted the computer system. So hopefully this is a little bit better. Welcome back to Stampin' Chat. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs. And yay, it's much better. Okay, so tonight we are working with Slimline cards. So it's not blurry at all. Yes. Victory. I don't know what happened, but we're just going to be so happy here. So I'll just pick up from where I left off. I'm going to give people a chance to come back in. So if you're just joining us and you just got a little toggle like, oh my gosh, Gina K is live again. What's going on? Something happened to our last broadcast and we were very blurry and we all made the decision together to just start a new broadcast and start over. I'm going to get rid of the other one and I will start this one for anybody that's watching the replay and let people know what I'm doing here. So tonight, what we're doing is we are making a slimline card. So Tom, you can flip me over here to the overhead. So we're making a slimline card. And what I did here was I cut a piece of red velvet cardstock, 3.5 inches by 8 and let me just check real quick. I forgot my measurement in all the stress. And by 8 3/4 inches. So 3.5 by 8 3/4 inches. Then I used our brand new holiday tapestry stamp set. This is from the new Sparkle and Shine kit, and I used this large stamp. And I stamped it on this side, and then I flipped my cardstock and stamped it on the other side, and I embossed it with Gina K Designs Fine Detail Gold Powder. So now that you guys can see, I'll just show it off a little bit here because it really looks pretty. And of course, this could be a slimline card that opens this way if you want, or it could be a tall slimline card. Now I see tons of slimline cards that go this way, but my tendency is to make them open this way, and I don't know why. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Now I also took this image right here. This is a little strip. This is kind of a cool image for a lot of things because you could decorate an envelope with this to match, not a slimline envelope, but a smaller envelope. You could use this to make rings for your napkins at Christmas or Thanksgiving or Hanukkah and make them in colors that match. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with this strip. I just love the idea of a really pretty border like this. So what I did was I cut a piece of cardstock 2 inches wide, and it's just big. I don't know how big it is this way. And then I tried to center that the best that I could. So I think we're all up to speed. Much better. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that was getting bad. All right. So I'm going to, I'm just going to trim a little bit off. So this is 2 inches. I'm going to take it down to 2 1/8. Maybe I'll take it down to 2.5. I mean, 2 1/4. No, 1. Oh my goodness. 1 3/4. Calm down, Gina. It's going to be fine. 1 3/4 inch. And then now it's 1 3/4. I'm going to take it down to 1.5 inches because I feel like that border was just a little bit too big. And I think this size border is probably enough. And I think it might be a little bit smaller on this side. So I'll do another 1/8 inch off of this side here. But again, you can do your border any size that you want. So don't worry about, matching mine exactly because mine is now 1 5/8 inch is what my border is now. And if I keep doing this, this is going to be like bad bangs, where you keep cutting and cutting and cutting. I'm just going to leave it there even though it's not perfect. But I still think that's going to be a really pretty border. Now, I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock. I want to see what white cardstock looks like with this. I think that little splash of white might really be pretty in there to set that off. You'll be able to see it. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 1 3/4 inch. And let's see if that looks pretty good. That does not look good. So I don't know what measurement I have here. Let's try to measure this again. Oh, this is actually 1 1/4 plus 1.25, 1 3/8 of an inch. So I need to go 1 and 1.5. Okay, I think I got it now. Oh my gosh. I did not expect to be doing math tonight. Yeah, that's good. That's going to look good. Okay. I'll write down these measurements and I'll add them to the description over at YouTube because that was very confusing, and but it works. So I'm going to just tape these two pieces together and do that, just that plain little white border. Excuse my head if it's in the way. Okay, there we go. Just a plain little white border. And then I'm going to place that right in the center of my card where I think it would look good. So it could be down a little bit so that you get kind of an even amount of these little berries here and these little berries there. I think that will look good. So I'm going to tape that right across the center. Do a little bit more tape. Kind of just eyeball where I think it would look good. That looks pretty good. I want to do it this way. I feel like this isn't straight. I'm going to leave it. All right. Right about there. That looks good. Then I'm going to slip this into my cutter and I'm going to trim off the excess on both sides just by butting that piece up against the edge of the blade and then cutting that off. So of course you could make your pieces the right measurements and not go through all of this. So that would be easier, but I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Pretty good? It does. It looks like a kimono. You're right. Oh, that's cool too. I didn't even think of that. So now this whole thing is going to go onto a white panel. So this will be easy for me to cut. I'm going to use my big paper cutter for this. And I'm going to cut this, since my card measurement is 3.5 inches, I'm going to cut that at 3 5/8 of an inch. And since it is 8 3/4 here, I'm going to go up to 8 7/8. So it's just up 1 notch from where it started. Let's see, did I cut that right or wrong? Ooh, yeah, that looks good. Okay. Well, it's good to see you all. You're finding me again. I'm happy about that. Really sorry for that first one. There's probably people like tuning in now going, where's the video? Why did it end? But feel free to share this video. That might help some people find it. So if you're on Facebook, you can share the video in any of the groups that you are part of. Or if you're on YouTube, I'm not sure how to share on YouTube. There must be a way. So my tape runner just ran out of tape, and I have one more refill left. I'm going to pop the refill in. We are getting more refills in, I know that, but they were gone at ThermoWeb. They didn't have any more to send me, so there we go. An easy tape runner to fill.
Somebody asked about vertical greetings.
Vertical greetings?
Stamp sets for vertical greetings?
Well, we have 2 sets. We have one called Vertical Greetings and Things, and then we have one called Vertical Greetings 2. And they are exactly what you would think. I have to do this sideways because I'm not tall enough to see what I'm doing up at the top. And they do exactly what you would think. They're vertical greetings so that you can do them down the side of your card. Let's say you have a big floral image and you don't have a lot of room for a greeting. You can just run it right down the side of that card. I'm going to trim a little bit off the top here. So I think we need to do some slimline layering dies, like a master layouts for slimlines. Don't you guys think? Wouldn't that be a great thing for 2021? 2021 is going to be our year, guys. It's going to be our year. We're all going to have a great 2021. We have paid for all the tough stuff this year. And so we're going to have a great 2021 together. Okay. So there we go. So there's my Slimline card. Now, what kind of card base should I put this on? I really have to fix this. But I think the card base that I want to use, I don't know if you guys know that we have gold and silver cardstock in our collection. The glitter paper is not quite thick enough for a card base, but we have gold and silver cardstock. So let me grab a piece of that. Got a lot of it. I'm coming. I think this would be beautiful. So this is our gold cardstock. And it's a little bit of a different color gold, but I think it's going to be very elegant. So let's cut this down. So we're going to make this a 4-inch card across, which means that I'm going to cut my 8.5 by 11 cardstock down to 8 inches. And then we're going to make this a 9.25 inch card. And I always like to check with my Slimline envelope first to make sure. Oh yeah, 9.5. So we can make the card 9.25. Just a little bit smaller. And then we're going to take that 8-inch side. And even if you only have a tiny little score buddy like I have here, you can still score this whole piece of cardstock. Just go to the 4-inch mark and score it down to about there. You see that? Then you can flip it and you can do the same thing at the 4-inch mark and score it to meet that other line. And then fold that cardstock in half. And I use the back of my tool, like the side, this part here, not the back, but this part here, to really press that crease in. There we go. And that makes it nice and creased. I can't really use my mat because my mat's not a real mat. It's just a it's just a cushiony shelf liner that I bought at Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, so this will go onto here. So this is looking pretty good so far. I like it. And of course, you could always do your cards this way too. All right. So now we need to find just the perfect Christmas or holiday greeting. And you know, if you did this same exact card in blue and silver, it would be a gorgeous Hanukkah card. I always think of Hanukkah colors, like I think of Christmas colors as red and green, and then Hanukkah colors as blue and silver. So you could duplicate this card and do it that way. You get a piece of white cardstock under here so you can see it a little better.
You know what weight is the gold?
The gold is it's nice and thick. It feels like 100-pound cardstock. I think it's a weird weight. It's like 105-pound cardstock. So it's not exactly 100. It's not quite as thick as our 120, but it's super, super sturdy. Yes, it does. This card would be beautiful for Chinese New Year too. Absolutely. Okay, so now I'm going to do something in here. Now I could use one of the new master layouts. This is from the Master Layouts 3 set. I could double up on this size and cut out the Merry Christmas greeting from this set. I could do that. I think that would be pretty. I could also, with a Slimline card, you could use a huge bold greeting. So, you know, any greeting that you have. I have some beautiful, let me grab it. Beautiful, huge greetings here. This is Emily Logan's new stamp set. So, you know, you could use something like this and do it in a really big die cut, like a rectangle. Merry Christmas. Any of these would work great for Slimline cards. I mean, look at how perfect that is, that size. But I think I'm going to go more petite with this one because I'm sticking with just what's in the kit for this card. So I'm going to get a piece of red. Now let's see. Can I cut that out of there? Oh, that's really saving and conserving, but almost too much. So I think I'll get a bigger piece here. And I'm going to use my embossing magic pad again. Definitely have to do this whole thing in gold embossed because it's just so lovely and elegant. All right. I'll just put that there. So thank you guys all for finding me again. It looks like you've all come back. We've got all 1,900 of you back. That's so, makes me happy. Okay. So let's stamp Merry Christmas first. This is a new stamp again, so I'm going to condition it a little bit just by rubbing my finger over the design to get off any excess stuff. Okay. And I'm going to use the Versamark. And first I'm going to stamp the greeting, and then I'm going to put the circle over it. And I think I might add one more little flourishy thing to fill it out a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what we need. All right. There we go. Nice and crisp. Where did I put my little... Here it is. I always make people nervous when I use my embossing powder and stuff over my MISTI. All right. My friend Jana texted me as soon as I went off the air. She made me laugh. She said, I had to leave that live because the weirdo girl was talking about Mercury going into retrograde. That's true. I was. I was blaming Mercury. Okay, I have a little bit where I don't want it, and I had to clean that off. I'm just using a big brush that I found in my drawer. These used to be the brushes that we would blend with stencils. Remember when we used these kind of brushes? I mean, they're still really cool and really pretty, and I guess there's some cool techniques you can do with them, but I've been using it as a great way to get rid of excess embossing powder. Okay. So I'm just going to slip this over here because I'm not 100% done with it yet. And then I'm going to emboss this. What can I say? I can be a little bit of a weirdo sometimes, but I might stamp this again. I feel like that just kind of crinkled up. I think I didn't get a good impression on that. So I'm gonna do it again. Why not? I'll do it up here. All right. One more time. See, I brushed it weird. I really need a tiny paintbrush. And I have tons of tiny paintbrushes, but I grabbed what was close. And that might not have been the best choice. But you live and learn. And really, it's only cardstock, right? All right. So for those of you that are waiting for your kit to get there, and it is going to be a little while because like I told you in the first broadcast, we are at about 14 to 17 business days. We were really, really busy that first night. And I guess those of you that were there know that it absolutely crashed the system. We were very busy, and we were also still finishing up the orders from all those ink pads that we had put on sale for World Card Making Day. So we're getting through, and we should be starting all of these orders very soon. But for those of you that are waiting for your kit, and I only tell you that just so that you understand and you're not sitting by your mailbox tomorrow. So those of you who are waiting for your kit, if you have the Wild Blossoms stamp set, that also would be a really great stamp set to do a similar layout. Maybe not for Christmas, but certainly to use that big blossom that's going across the bottom. It's called Wild Blossoms. It would be a very pretty slimline card. We didn't make one with that. Oh my gosh, my embossing tool just sparked. Is it seriously everything electric and electronic in my life is just going? Oh, that looks so much better. Look how much better that looked when I actually took my time. Isn't that pretty? Woo! Okay. What did you miss? We had an ink pad sale on World Card Making Day back in the beginning of October. Okay. So that's going to go there. And then I am going to put a little embellishment under there. Something that plays off of the designs in this. Let's see, what can I use that would be just very delicate? How about, let's see if this stamp will work. I'm going to just get rid of that residue on there. Just want to see if it fits in there. Oh, it does. I think that will be very pretty. So we'll put that there. And then we'll move it up into this corner. And we'll secure it down. Pick it up. These images in this set, I'm definitely doing a wreath builder card for you guys next week. We have to play with the wreath builder in this stamp set because this stamp set makes the most beautiful wreath cards. So we have to do that. All right, and we'll just put that right there. And then we'll emboss that. I don't know, all the embossing and the sparkle and everything for the holidays. I just love making these kinds of cards for the holidays. I found that through the spring and the summer, I wanted to do a lot more just plain ink blending, really simple. And then when the holidays hit, I just want everything to sparkle and shine, just like the kit name. All right, so there we go. That's looking good. And then this, I'm going to use this to cut it out. All right, so let me move all this other stuff out of the way. And if you ever have a problem with getting your stamps to stick, because I always put lotion on right before I do my live, and sometimes I get that little bit of greasiness onto the backs of my stamps and they don't stick as well anymore. So what you want to do is you just want to wash them with a little Dawn dish detergent. I do it in my sink, but be careful not to drop it into the sink. Maybe do it over a bowl or something. All right, so I'm going to cut this out using this circle die. And this circle die is not, it's smaller than the other circles that we have in our collection, but it is the perfect size for wreath builder cards. It is so nice. So if you have our other circles, the ones in Master Layouts 3 will still be different circles than you have. I didn't think it would be fair to give you the same circles that you already have. That's not right. Okay, so here's that all cut out. And then I think we should do a gold cardstock here. I think it needs gold cardstock. Even though the white would be pretty, I really feel like we should play off of this gold. So let me grab one more sheet of that. I'm coming. Where did it go? Okay.
The bracelet's getting rave reviews.
My bracelet, these bracelets, these little ones, these are just tiny little silver bracelets that I've had forever. And have you ever just decided to take a day and clean out your jewelry? And I found all these tarnished little chains and I thought, oh my gosh, what a mess. And so I bought some Tarnix and I threw them in the Tarnix. And that is what came out, these little chains. Yeah, I mean, they were like, you know, I don't remember how long ago I got them, but I think they were like, you know, $7 each. And so I bought a few of them to put them together because they look pretty and they were all tarnished. Okay, so I'm going to use the coordinating circle die that works with this single stitch die that we just cut. This is all from the Master Layouts 3. You could use, Tom could use a little Tarnix. Oh, you're not tarnished, honey. You're not too tarnished. Okay, so now I have my gold circle and my red circle. really think that little gold edge is just what we need to pop that up on there and get all that gold reflection. Okay. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And then we will assemble this part. Okay. Then I'm definitely going to pop these up with some foam squares. That has to be popped up on there. I feel like I could still use an embellishment. We have so many to choose from. So I'm going to do these more like in the center so that they're actually resting on that little, this part here. And they're not half on, half off. You know, like it's standing half on the hardwood floor and half on the carpet and it's all out of whack. You've done that, right, Tom?
This morning.
All right, and let me get the little liners off of here. I know that has a name. I never know the name of this stuff. And that is going to go right here in the center. There we go. Look straight to everybody. All right, there we go. So I love this kind of card. I love a Slimline card because you can actually, you know, it's great for if you're putting a gift certificate or you've got, you know, cash, you're putting bills in. It's also just a really nice size and it goes for the price of a regular card because this is a regular business envelope. So I like that. Let me get one of the envelopes here that coordinates. Now these don't come in the kit, but they are sold separately, and we do have more coming. I know I promised everybody that we would be doing these all through the holiday season, and we're doing the best that we can to get everything in. But you can see this fits right into a regular. This is like a number 10 size envelope, and that's a perfect. Maybe this little part that's popped up might cause problems, and you might need to hand cancel this. But the post office actually sells stamps for hand canceling. And I bought a sheet of those not that long ago. So let's see, should we add a little bit of embellishment to this? I'm gonna just look at these gold sequins here and see how they look. Now they're definitely a different kind of gold, but we have different gold embossing powder than the cardstock. So let's just see how they look together. I'm gonna just place a few on here just to see. Oh, I think so. I think we need to do this. I think we need to just scatter a few little pretty gold sequins throughout this card. Let's do it. So I have some Connect glue here. And, oh, you turn the card inside out? That's so smart. That's really smart. Who said that? Somebody, that comment went flying by. And, I love that you do that. Let's see if you can find that comment so we know who to give credit to. That person said that they turn their cards inside out, and I think that's really brilliant. Yeah, I know if the envelopes are sold out, we're definitely getting more. That's a little air bubble in there.
Mary K.
Mary K. So smart, Mary K. Let me just pop that little air bubble there. Doesn't want to pop. All right, we're gonna make it work with the air bubble. Another air bubble. I gotta put these, I gotta not lay it on its side. I gotta use my tool that I got from Make It by Marco to store this. I always forget and just throw it in the drawer. And our Connect glue goes on white and dries clear, so don't worry if if you've got some glue outside of the sequin, you won't see it once it's all dry.
Any updates on the blender brushes?
Well, they're supposed to arrive to us very, very soon.
Tell them what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Tom just asked, are there any updates to the blender brushes, and we have our own blender brushes coming. I'm really excited about them too. We did get an update that they were in California the last we heard, but we're supposed to get them pretty soon, like within a few days. But I don't know when we're going to release them yet, because we have something really cool coming with stencils. Can't really tell you too much right now, but something really fun coming out later with stencils. So we may hold on to them till then. It just depends. I don't know if I can wait that long. We'll see. Very impatient. I'm like one of those people that, I don't know if you guys are like this, but if I go out and buy a gift for somebody, like if I bought somebody a Christmas gift now, I just have to give it to them. I can't wait. I'm terrible like that. Waiting is hard for me. Oh, I like that. Do you like the little sequin touch in there? I think I want to add another one right here and right down here. This is like the most relaxing part, is just picking your little embellishments and putting them on the card after you feel like you've made the card that you want to make, and now you're just adorning it. It's kind of fun. All right, I think that's good for sequins. I don't want to get too crazy, although I could put one down here. I think I'm going to add one more. Two more. We'll do one right in. We could do it in here, or we could do here. Let's do the sequin layout first. Just having a good time. I think that might look good, but I want to see it over here too. Oh, I like that because it's just a weird spot, and I like weird stuff, apparently. Apparently I'm pretty weird. Okay. So while I'm finishing this up, I'll tell you, because the topic won't make sense because that was in the other video that's not going to live anymore. So earlier I was talking about how people are asking me why I don't have too many posts on my Facebook page. And I said, you know, the political climate and everything. I don't know. It seems like if you say the wrong thing, people say, oh, I'm unfriending you. You're my enemy now. And I don't want enemies. I think we can disagree and still be friends, but not everybody feels that way. So I found this great quote by Tupac. Tupac, the rapper, the songwriter, the actor. And he said, just because I don't want you as a friend doesn't mean I want you as an enemy. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table. And I thought that's exactly how we should be. When somebody doesn't align with our morals and values, we don't have to make them our enemy. They don't have to be our friend, but we don't have to make them our enemy. And we still should want them to have good things, just not part of our lives. So that was kind of where my topic was going tonight. It was respect for ourselves guides our morals, and respect for others guides our manners, and having respect for people. All right, so there is that finished card. Agree to disagree, correct. Agree to disagree and still be friends. Yes, so that is my finished card. I'll take a picture of that and I'll be posting that in our Facebook group tonight. And I think I'll make it look extra pretty by laying it out with its matching envelope. All right. Well, thank you guys for all coming back and being with me tonight. I really appreciate that. You guys ran all over the internet to try to find this new live. Hopefully it was easier to see and you got a little bit of an idea on how to use the holiday tapestry stamp set to make a really fun slimline card. So tonight, my final quote is about just agreeing to disagree. As we go through the next week or so, it's going to get heated out there. And so my final quote tonight is this. Just remember, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all very, very much. I'm going to be heading into work tomorrow with Tom, and we're going to be helping in any way we can to expedite orders. But keep in mind, our order situation right now is about 14 to 17 business days. But I promise we'll have lots of time. This is our last big release of the year, really. So we're going to be making cards with these products and the kit all the way from now to the holidays, all the way up to Christmas. So, all right. So I will be back next Monday with another Mix It Up Monday Stamp and Chat. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm. Love you all very much. And mwah, I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.